So we'll continue. I was telling you about this great defender of against Arian Arianism. This was Bishop Athanasius. Okay,
Anasius.
Bishop Athanasius was the great defender of against, I should say, Arianism. So he was with the Orthodox Church. Pag sinabi nating Orthodox, it's the original Christian Church. Yung talagang doktrina ng God the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. Okay? So, mas bata itong si Athanasius compared to Arius. He was born in 295, 250 si 256 si Arius. Ito naman, 295 to 373. Okay? So for Athanasius, he wasn't convinced of the action of the First General Council of the Church. Okay? Athanasius ay hindi siya nagkumpiyansa eh. Ah, so all the Arian bishops who joined the First General Council of the Church were banished. They were exiled to some place. But ang problema, may politics din eh. Bumalik din sila dahil sa, Constantine had a sister named Constantia. Because of Constantia, in the year 328, bumalik yung mga Arian bishops, yung mga sila Arius, no? Basta Arian bishops meaning they're favoring the Arian belief about Christ. Okay? Well, Athanasius was first a deacon of the church and eventually became a bishop. Ano siya noon? Alam niya na. Ang Arianism, pinag-aralan niya na yan because he was the secretary of Bishop Alexander, yung bishop ni Arius. Remember Bishop Alexander? Okay. So the Nicene theology, just because that Nicene Creed was a theology, it was a statement of faith of what we believe as Orthodox. So it became the Western Church, especially yung Europe. Iba yung Eastern Europe, bandang ano yun eh, bandang Turkey, ganyan, Russia, dyan banda Greece, iba dyan. Pero itong West, nandyan yung Rome, Italy, France, Germany, Spain, Portugal, yan ang mga Western side of Christianity. So, salita ng West Latin. Kasi ano yan, pag Latin, sabihin mo mga ano talaga yan, mga puro Katoliko. Pag ano naman, sa East, Greek, Greek yan, mga salita nila, Greek, mga taga Eastern Church. So Arius was from the East, okay? Ano siya Alexandria sa Egypt, bandang East yan eh. So Arius' friend Eusebius of Nicomedia, Arius was returned from exile and he became active again and was seen around teaching again Arianism. And he presented even a creed to Constantine. One more time. Eh, clever, clever. That's the description for Arius. Because he talked to Constantine, who wasn't a theologian. So Constantine was considerate. He tolerated Arius to continue serving the church. So, and Constantine directed Athanasius because Athanasius was in control now after the formulation of the Nicene Creed. But Arius was back in Alexandria. He was back at Alexandria. Okay? So in 335, his friend Bishop Eusebius, the friend of Arius, influenced the people in the East, and Athanasius was banished. Siya tuloy ang na-exile. In-exile. Basta banish yan, na-exile, na punta sa ibang lugar. Pinalitan ni Arius si Athanasius. Nako, problema ulit. As I was telling you earlier, that when Nicene Creed was formulated, it wasn't an end of everything. Arianism would still be active. So, in 336 CE, so bishop na si Arius. He was to replace Athanasius. Magsi-celebrate na sila. So, super excited si Arius, In 336 Common Era, Arius died. Arius died. 256 to 336, he was 80 years old. So matanda na. And then in 337, Constantine died as well. Emperor. No? In fact, he was baptized by an Arian bishop, Eusebius of Nicomedia. Kalain mo yan? Kristiyano nga, pero Arian bishop naman. So, when Constantine died, the empire was divided into the three sons of, this complicates the matter. Politically, the empire was divided into three sons of Constantine. Huh? Constantine II, Constantius, at saka Constans. Panay cons, Constantine II, Constantius, and Constans. Tapos namatay si Constantine II ng 340 CE. Pinalitan siya ni Constans. So dadalawa na lang na emperor. Emperor in the West, Emperor in the East. Okay? So in 337, it depends on the political leader now. If Constans favored Athanasius, so Athanasius would be returned into active service. But Athanasius at this point was banished. He was exiled. But in 337, Athanasius return kasi Constance favored him. Do you remember Eusebius? He was a bishop of Nicomedia. Eusebius at this point was promoted as Bishop of Constantinople. Constantinople is founded by Constantine, right? Because it's called Constantinople. That's the seat of the emperor in the east. If you're a bishop of Constantinople, parang bishop ka rin ng Rome. Yung Rome kasi sa west naman yun. The seat of the emperor in the west. So when Eusebius was promoted as Bishop of Constantinople, Athanasius was exiled again. He was banished again. He was the Bishop of Alexandria in Egypt, but he was banished again because of Eusebius. Arian si Eusebius eh. So he went to Rome. He fled to Rome. Athanasius fled to Rome. Okay? So, pagdating doon ni Athanasius, he was welcomed by the Bishop of Rome. The Bishop of Rome then was Bishop Julius. Okay? Bishop Julius of Rome. Anong taon ito? 339. Pag 340, a synod. You know, me take first for a moment. You know, just wait a minute. Give me a second. Up, up, up. Let me write this one. There is a, what do you call this? A synod that happened in Rome. You know, a synod is a council of the church convened to discuss a doctrine. Okay? Uh, Wait a minute. There you go, synod. In 340 CE. So, what do you mean by a synod? A synod is a council of the church leaders convened to discuss and make decisions in matters of doctrine. So, siyempre, West yan eh. Ano yan talaga? Trinitarian yan kung sa West. Rome. So, they proclaim to depose Eusebius. Patay na si Arius dito eh. Wala na eh. And Arius' friend, Bishop Eusebius, was deposed. So, nagkaroon din ng synod sa Antioch in the east. Alright? But then 341, that was the death of Bishop Eusebius. Patay na rin si Bishop Eusebius, ang Arian bishop. Okay? So in 343, there's a general council of Sardica. You know, pangalawang general council of the church. The two emperors, Constance and Constantius, attempted to unite. Pero yung mga Eastern bishops na mostly Arians withdrew, no? Didn't attend the General Council of Sardica. So they failed to heal the quarrel between the Trinitarian bishops and the Arian bishops. But the Western bishops, kahit boycott yung umuwi na yung mga Arian bishop. They went on to hold the General Council of the Church. Why? It is because of the influence of the Bishop of Rome. You know, at this point, why is it that Rome became influential at this point? And when we say Rome, it is the seat of the Pope. Kaya unti-unti na yan. Yung Bishop of Rome eventually will become the Pope because of his influence. Umalis yung mga Arian bishops sa East. Ay pagpatuloy natin. Sabi ni Bishop Julius ng Rome. Okay? So ano na? Influential na talaga yung Bishop of Rome. Remember that at this point in church history, the Bishop of Rome was wielding his power. Influential na siya. Natatalo na yung sa Eastern Church. Okay? So the Western bishops had to consult the Bishop of Rome in matters of doctrine. So the intention of the Bishop of Rome, why was it he was influential, is to preserve the doctrine of Trinity against Arian controversy. Akalaan niyo yan, there will be no successor to be appointed until the Bishop of Rome approves it. Akalain mo yan? Until the Bishop of Rome approve it. So, look how influential now the Bishop of Rome was. So, Emperor Constance na nasa Rome, emperor, iba ito, emperor is different from the bishop. Emperor, political leader yan. Influential. Constance favored Athanasius. And Athanasius, in 347, was back to Alexandria in Egypt and welcomed by supporters. Pero siyempre, there was a political chaos because, the East was dominantly Arian. In 350 CE, Common Era, Constance was murdered. Emperor Constance was murdered. Now, who was Emperor Constance? The one who favored Athanasius. Para tayo nanonood ng sine, So he was replaced by Magnentius, Emperor Magnentius of the West. So buhay pa yung anak ni Constantine na si Constantius sa East. Nasa Constantinople. Okay? He was engaging 3 years of war against Magnentius, yung Constantius ng East. So when Magnentius died in 353, there was a sole emperor. 353 CE. What do you mean by sole emperor? Iisa na lang ang emperor. That was Emperor Constantius, who favored Arian belief. So to Constantius, he thought Athanasius was really a real enemy. He was Arian in the first place. So when Constantius faced, there was a synod again there were 2 synods, 353 and 355. Dalawang synod yun. The purpose of the synod was about the doctrine. It's still about the doctrine, okay, of Christology. Constantius forced the Western bishops to abandon Athanasius because Athanasius was really a great defender. Magaling siya, theologian, no? Kung ako magaling ako sa debate, parang ako si Athanasius. Wala makakatalo sa akin. Abandon Athanasius, sabi ni Constantius eh. Emperor Constantius. But there was a resistance of Athanasius' banishment. No? But in 356, Athanasius was banished by force. Pang ilan na ito? Pangatlo na yata na exile to si Athanasius. Ano? Military force. So, Constantius was very instrumental with that banishment by force. So, 357, nagkaroon ulit ng synod. You know? They abolished the Nicene Creed. Kala niyan, political din eh. It was highly political. The bishops couldn't do anything. It's the emperor whom they were going against in the first place. So extreme na ang Arian. Karoon sila ng in 357. No? So matindi na talaga yung mga debate, ganyan, away sa doktrina. Could you imagine how the church survived out of these controversies, including the political leaders? Depende sa kulay na yan, ha? Kaya dumaan talaga sa sweat and blood ang mga natin, mga religious leaders. Finally, Constantius died in 361. And then Emperor Julian, his cousin, replaced him. Still, there was one emperor. And this Emperor Julian opposed the belief of Constantius. Good news, di ba? Blessing in disguise. So, in 362, Emperor Julian took Athanasius from banishment. Restored na naman siya, ha? Si Athanasius. He was back in Alexandria in the year 362. And then in 363, a year later, Julian died. He died because of his war against the Persians. Parang sini, ha? So in 364, the Emperor Valentinian, the first, was the emperor. 364. But he gave to his brother the eastern side of the empire. Pangalan niya, Valens, no, yung brother ni Valentinian, the first. And Valens was an Arian, while Valentinian was a Trinitarian. Okay? And where was Athanasius then? He was in Alexandria. So Valens banished Athanasius again. Ikalimang banishment na ni Athanasius. Pero matanda na si Athanasius. Ha? In 373, Athanasius died in Alexandria. but with honors. He died with honors, you know. So in 381, there was this second General Council of the Church. Ito na yung pangalawa dahil hindi yung ano sa Sardica, hindi ano yun, hindi valid yun eh. Ito, Second General Council, and they changed the general to ecumenical. Second Ecumenical Council of the Church. Okay? Held in Constantinople. And they finally affirmed the Nicene Creed. Kailangan nyo yung ano talaga rito sa pag panalo pa rin si Athanasius, though he died, at the doctrine finally affirmed, no? So lahat ng ano sa mga Arians ay natigil na. Okay? Natigil na sa ano. Okay, now we'll deal with this monasticism. We'll deal with monasticism. Okay? Monasticism is actually a layman's movement. It didn't it didn't start with the clergy. It started with the lay people. Why? Because it's hard to be a Christian when you are in the world. Majority of people in the world are not in relationship with God. People were sinners. So some people in the church thought of withdrawing from the world. So nangyari na yan, may mga monk, may mga monasteries, okay? And just because of Matthew 16:24 to 26, if you want to follow Christ, you need to deny yourself, carry your cross. Follow me. You even deny your family, deny your spouse, deny yourself, carry your cross, be a sacrifice for others. If you cannot deny yourself, you continue to be sinning and sinning and sinning. And in Matthew 5:48, it's a challenge. It's a challenge by Christ. Be perfect as the Father is perfect. If you will not do withdrawal from the world, it's hard. You need to just like deny the world because the world is evil for them. So, what do you think? What do you think at this point in time with church history? Is it justified for people to withdraw from the world and, live in a place away from the temptations? Well, for me, in my opinion, withdrawal from the world should not be like a lifelong sort of thing. Withdrawal from the world has its intention to increase your spirituality. When your spirituality became strong, you are ready to face the world. Hindi pwedeng monk forever. Pwede ka maging monk for a certain time. Pwede kang ascetic, Asceticism is a self-discipline Abstention from the worldly pleasures. You know? Kailangan ka mag-abstain. May self-denial. Huwag kang mag-love of money. Live in chastity and poverty. And that's it. So everyone really wishes to be perfect. Well, Matthew 5:48. We strive to be perfect, right? It's no good for a Christian not to strive to become perfect. For the Father is perfect. Though we cannot be perfect at all, we need to strive. We need to do something. It's better than doing nothing. Okay, that's John Wesley kind of theology. We need to strive. Strive to perfection. Because we always sin. We always commit sin. Mamaya, nakadispal ko na naman tayo ng pera o kaya nahulog na naman tayo sa babae. O kaya nagsinungaling na naman tayo. Because temptation is like a roaring lion going around you 24/7. So better be a monk. Withdraw from this world. Go somewhere. Go to the mountain. Be a hermit. You know what hermit is? Ermitaño. And the first monasticism was born in Egypt. And the first monk was Antony. Antony. Walang et sa Antony. A young Egyptian. He's the founder. He's the first Christian hermit. Kasi mga ermitanyo talagang wala yan sa wala yan sa maraming tao. Gusto niya yung parang always in the wilderness, like 40 days and 40 nights when Jesus had a spiritual retreat. Bear in mind that sometimes if you are burnout, you need to do spiritual retreat all by yourself. Meron kaming isang pastor na bagong recruit. Mahirap to mga bagong recruit na wala pang background sa theology, wala pang pastorate experience. Yung hindi nila naiintindihan ang kaya we recommended na magkaroon siya ng spiritual retreat. Maximum of 30 days. Pwede niyang gawing 10 days lang or 1 week. Pero hindi niya tinanggap. Parang nagrebelde siya. Ayaw niyang pakorek. Di ba? So when you become a hermit, you deny yourself. Ayun, pastor na yun, yung bagong pastor, ayaw niyang i-deny yung kanyang self. Hindi maganda yun. Kagustuhan mo lang ang sinusunod mo. Denying oneself is to submit yourself to God for whatever purpose God wants you to be. So Anthony was attracted, Matthew 19:21, to sell all her possessions, give it to the poor, and follow Christ. Poverty talaga ng mga mga monk. Free yourselves from the love of money. Why? Because love of money is the root of all evil. Hanggang ngayon, kahit mga pastor, love of money ang kalaban talaga nako. And it goes with the love of women. Love of money goes with the love of women. Kasi may pera ka eh. So yung hermit from the Greek word hermos meaning desert, kailangan walang katao-tao, desert ang ano niyan, or wilderness. So a monk really believed that the body is evil, the world is evil, like yung Platonic idea, no? Yung kay Plato na napag-aralan natin. Kasi nagkakasala ang body, yung spirit. But remember, for us, body and spirit are not supposed to be separated. Huwag nating i-dichotomize yun or i-fragment. Without the body, there's no spirit. Like spirit without body is not a spirit at all. Remember that. So you want to be a monk or monasticism, you want to free yourself from the desire of the flesh, worldly pleasures, temptation of the world. Okay ito sa mga ano, lalo napapansin mo may sakit ka sa babae. Kailangan mo munang mag-monk. O kaya may sakit ka sa ano, may bisyo ka, ganun. Kailangan mo munang mag-separate from the world for a while. So asceticism is to renounce worldliness. When you deny your flesh, it's the highest spiritual achievement. That's for the monks, just like Anthony believed. Okay? So another is Pacumius. Sulat ko nga. Pacumius. Pacumius. Pacumius, who lived 292 to 346 CE. Pacumius. He was an Egyptian as well. So, he was a former soldier. So, grabing discipline niya talaga. No? He was a pagan or heathen who became a Christian. And he applied strict discipline. Discipline talaga ang kailangan natin sa buhay. Kung nais tayo talaga maging strive to be perfect, discipline talaga. He was unsatisfied of becoming a hermit. So he improved monasticism by organizing a monastery. Pacumius. Pacumius was the father of the monasteries. Kailangan na mag-establish ng monastery para may kasama. But you are withdrawn from the world. If you join a monastery, if you enter a monastery, you are withdrawing from the world because malayo kayo sa tukso. Kaya nga spiritual retreat. Kailangan talaga natin ng spiritual retreat. That was 4th century, no? And nagkaroon talaga ng napakaraming monks in Egypt. 7,000 monks sa monastery. Dami na, no? So may mga rules sa monastery yan. May mga rules, strict rules in a monastery. In order for you to renounce your selfish desires, your worldly pleasures, sex, love of money, ayan, vice, alcohol, tobacco, yung mga vices na ano talaga, gambling, wala, i-renounce mo na yan talaga yung desires of the flesh. Kaya nga walang asawa ang mga ano, mga monks talaga. So in the monastery, you have an assigned work. Okay? You have an assigned work in monastery. Kailangan mo magtrabaho doon. Because idleness is the evil's workshop. If you're doing nothing, kakasala ka na naman. You have regular hours of worship every single day. You have regular hours of prayer every single day. So, pare-pareho kayo ng damit. May gown kayo. Marami kayong readings. Kaya mga monks, subukan nyo ang pasyal dyan sa ano. Try to visit the Transfiguration in San Jose, Malaybalay City, Bukidnon. Yung mga ano dyan, Benedictine monks. Kagagaling nila mag-awit. Kaganda ng mga readings. Ganda ng kanilang worship, devotional. You have your own cell. No? May mga cubicle yan. Kailangan doon ka ano, yung there be time to be together, but there a time to be alone. And you are led by an abbot. An abbot means a leader of the monastery. And then you can actually serve outside the monastery. You know? Yeah, we will in here. Hindi pa tapos yung monasticism, but you got an idea. You already got the idea of monasticism or asceticism. Okay, may I ask you a question? Is it really relevant for not tayo lang ng mga pastor? Is it really relevant to withdraw from the world and be alone with God? When will be the best time to do that? As far as monasticism is concerned, I'm asking you, when will be the best time to do withdrawal from the world and spend time all by yourself with God? It's not really advisable to do withdrawal from the world if you stay at your home. Go somewhere else. Ginagawa yan ni Kristo. Christ was doing that, withdrawing from the crowd to spend time all by himself, meditating, praying, fasting. So when is the best time to do it? Sige, share daw tayo. Pastor Gary. Pastor
Hello,
Gary,
Doc.
kailan na ano, kailan ng the best na kailangan mo ring mag-withdraw sa mundo, mag-spend ng time all by yourself, kausapin mo ang Panginoon. It doesn't matter how long, depende yan. Kasi you need to be re-energized. Laban yan sa mga burnout sa ministry eh. O kaya nagkakasala ka na. Kailan ang the best na ano? For your own opinion. Anyone? Anyone?
Leader.
Sige, Pastor Gary. Okay ba dyan ang ano, ang signal mo dyan? Naririnig mo ba ako? Okay,
Usahay ka ng kurog-kurog.
lagi o choppy, ano ba no? Hina ang kuan diri, hina karon ang kuan bot. Ay, i-restart na ako niya akong modem siguro. But I can hear you loud and clear. Okay man. So, unsay maingon nimo sa withdrawal from the world? So, ni makatabang ba ni or para lang ni sa mga Katoliko nga mga monk or whatever?
Para sa Doc,
Hmm.
mas gikinahanglan siya para sa ato kasi daily tanang panahon nga strong ta mostly tungod sa pressure na sa mga tao. ah Kinahanglan gyud nga makig-istorya or para sa ako the best time nga dili ingon nga muna para sa mga monk. Sa personal lang,
Hmm.
mga 3
Sure.
a.m., 3 a.m. Mana ang time na ko nga
Okay.
magbuhat ko ana tupig istorya. Na lang daw.
Okay. Thank you. Tama na. Oh. In some other ways, makikuan kita gyud hima makikuan ta sa Ginoo. Pastor Harold, so kaingon nimo aning withdrawal from the world at
Rosal,
sometimes we need to be alone all by ourselves.
I think
Saan?
siguro as a Christian, not all the time strong ta pero dapat everyday ta na ay commune with God.
Mm.
Na tay communication with God, prayer ana. Pero naay time nga moabot ta sa Luis
That's right.
kanang portion na to sa atong life nga natay gipangita murag ma-feel na to nga layo ba ang Ginoo or na ba kay gipangita nga dili ka kasabot. So maybe sometimes we need ka ng malayo ta sa world ka ng kinahanglan tag
Correct.
retreat.
Spiritual retreat good?
Bisan pag 1 week ka ha, ang uban 2 weeks
Correct.
mga kanang atong
Uh, have you
spiritual
practiced
retreat
fasting, Pastor Harold?
atong himong strong atong life. Yes, Pastor, I try before 1 week, 7 days.
Okay. Grabe na. 1 week?
Maybe isa isa siya ka example siguro nga kon pastor kanang wala na ang kon depart ka sa world.
That's right. That's right. That's one way of withdrawing from the world. It's like you also withdraw your body from food, the craving of material food. Gusto nga nato na. Let's do it. It's one good way of life for pastors. To be serious in the ministry is sometimes we need to withdraw and from worldly pleasures or all our, kasi hindi tayo perpekto talaga. Kahit sinong tao, walang makapagsasabi na mas perpekto siya, less perfect siya. Walang ganun. Pare-pareho tayo. Pastor Sam, sa'yo na ano ang, kuan mo dyan? Opinion mo dyan? Wala na, mahina na ang ano talaga nito. Ako na lang let's end the recording na lang. Para ano.
Tulong lang